Greetings, Divine Radiance. Welcome to your Wednesday Live and Power Hour. So, I am about to attempt something different. You won't see this, but when you watch the replay or when you watch it after it's been live, comment when you're the first one on so that when I go over to get live on the other side. Hi, Dinell. Good morning. Hi, Naya. Dinell, your comment just came in first. So you get a card for yourself. Hi, Victoria. Welcome, you guys. So I am going to go ahead and get us logged on Facebook. And let me tell you, hi, Bree. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to attempt something that I've never done before. I'm going to see. Good morning, my beautiful aunt. I'm going to see if I'm able to go live in our group and on my page. So bear with me as I get logged on in those areas. That's why I got on a little bit early today. So let's see. I thank you all. Listen, I can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time as I was talking and attempting to spell out Wednesday. I was struggling a bit. So let's see. Thank you all so much. How is everyone doing today? Okay, so we're going live in the group. And now let's see, we're going to be live on the page. Now, if it doesn't give us an echo, then we will be good to go. Okay, so you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, here we are. Ooh, we're doing it. So welcome to Wednesday Live and Power Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of Ashworth Life Sculpting. I'm a divine interpreter, interpreting messages and methods from the divine that empower you to create and live an abundant life. So as I was just explaining to everyone over here on YouTube, usually we go live on YouTube and in our group, the United Light Beings Awakening group on Facebook. But today I was led to also go live on my page. So now Spirit is saying, and next week, you're going to go live on the business page too. So we'll be live in 4 places. But if you would like to join in on the live conversation, I recommend you joining us live on YouTube. So really quickly, before we get started, what I am going to do is share the link to our YouTube with all of you that are on Facebook. And look, it's still not 10:30. We're making great timing. So let's just see here. And again, thank you guys so much for being patient and bearing with me. We're going to hear a bit of an echo as I grab the link for you. Okay. Hi, Tiffany. Welcome. I am putting the link in the comments now. So join us over on YouTube to join in on the live combo. And for those of you that are on my personal page, the link is in the comments to join us on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get started with our breathing. So for those of you that are joining us for the first time, we do this every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, and we start with breathing. So what we're going to do is inhale slow and deep in through our nose. We're going to visualize and feel that we're inhaling love and light. And then we're going to exhale slowly out through our mouths, and we're going to release all that's no longer serving us. Now, if there's something specific that you're choosing to release, then focus on that specific thing, okay? And as you're breathing, I'll be sending Reiki to your heart chakra and your solar plexus. So let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and close your eyes if that feels most comfortable, and inhale slow and deep in through your nose, love and light. And exhale all that's no longer serving you. And again, inhale love and light through your nose. And release. And as you continue to breathe in that divine energy of love and light, Allow your crown chakra located at the top of your head to open. Opening your crown chakra now, allow yourself to receive divine light from your highest source of power and feel that divine loving light pour in through your crown. As you continue to breathe, feel it flowing down into your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras, feeling it flowing down into your throat, down into your heart, down into your solar plexus, down into your sacral and your root, and allow that divine energy to flow down in your thighs, your knees, your legs, your ankles, and your feet. And as you feel the warmth of the divine flowing through you, allow your feet to sprout roots and feel those roots traveling down to the center of the earth, allowing yourself to connect with the heartbeat of Mother Earth, feeling her divine energy coming back up through your feet, up to your root, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, feeling her divine energy in your throat, your third eye extending out to your ears and up and out your crown, connecting to the divine source of highest light and love. And just allow this energy to generate back and forth, up and down throughout your entire cellular being. And as you continue to breathe, inhaling love and light and exhaling all that's no longer serving you, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, guardians, grandmothers, grandfathers, and all helpful companions of highest light and love. I thank you so much for filling this space, for using me as a vessel of highest light and love to deliver a message that will serve whomever I'm called to serve today. May their hearts and their souls be open to receive whatever is meant for them. I thank you, and so it is. So let's just go ahead and take a few more breaths, inhaling slow and deep, love and light through your nose, and exhaling, releasing all that's no longer serving you. And again, inhale love and light, and exhale. And on this last breath, let's inhale the love and light, but when we exhale, let's give it a sound and just let it out, okay? So we're going to inhale that love and light in through our noses and exhale. And release. Okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you all feeling? So here's the thing. Typically, the first person that joins us on YouTube gets their personal card. And Dinelle was first. And I usually do the personal card before we, oh my goodness. And it just fell out before we do our breathing, but today it didn't go that way. And Dinelle, you got the release card. It says, have a good cry. Grief is a doorway to your deepest self. And so we've talked about this, and that release is coming. You know, we're doing timeline and that release is coming. But in the meantime, allow yourself to feel your emotions, allow yourself to let it out, let it go. And something that I have been doing since we've been in this energy where we've all been kind of releasing the things that aren't serving us is I've been calling on my guides and I've been asking that they assist me with releasing everything that I'm consciously aware of and the things that I am not consciously aware of. Because oftentimes there's things that get lodged in our souls, lodged in our spirits, and we don't have a conscious memory of them, but they're still there affecting us. So what Spirit is telling me to tell you is to not just focus on the things that you're consciously aware of, but to also ask for assistance to release those things that are lodged that you aren't even aware of. Okay, so let me see what you all are saying. Hi, Carolyn, welcome. I think this is your first time joining us on YouTube. Dinelle said, goodness, I'm not sure if I'm greedy or lucky. So the reason why Dinelle said that is because she was the winner last week for the free recorded reading. And so, and you know, when I figured that you were going to feel that way, and yes, it's Spirit is giving you what your soul is asking for. So, so take it. And let's see. Naya said, Well, Dinell was second and I was first. Okay. Victoria said, these feeds are funny. We see comments differently than the presenters do. Yes, because it was Dinell that who commented first. And so that was what I was going by. Danielle said, Naya can have it. We post at the same time. Hi, Mimi. Welcome. Good morning. Bree said, I believe every card is for me. So win-win all around. Well, it's because we're interconnected. So, oftentimes, like over in REM, I was doing readings for everyone. And Spirit said to advise that they watch the entire thing and not just skip to theirs, because there were messages within each other's messages that would serve them too. And there were a few people that was like, so-and-so's message that resonated with me. So yes, we're so interconnected and so the same, yet so different that it doesn't surprise me. Naya said, Danielle, it was like 6 people at once. We were all waiting for Nahkila with intent. Hi, Natalia. Let me see. Let me make sure. Nathalie. Hi, Natalia. Welcome. So for those of you that don't know, I met Nathalie on, and please tell me if I'm not saying your name correctly. If I'm saying it incorrectly, please go live in the United Light Beings Awakening group and tell me how to say it, okay? But I met her on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel as well, and she does some amazing pick a card readings. And when I subscribe to channels that resonate with me, I often thank them for the message, and then I invite them to subscribe to my channel for an exchange of energy. And some people do and some people don't. And she was one that did. And so we're connected, and she's now enrolled in the Grow Your Soul's Purpose course, and she's in our United Light Beings Awakening group. So welcome to our community. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, it's pronounced Natalie. Awesome. So Naya said, but that resonates with me too. My aunt has brain tumors and a rare cancer of only 1%. I'm so afraid for her, and her daughter won't let the family visit her, only the family she likes. Oh, Naya, did you see the post that I posted this morning in the United Light Beings Awakening group? Quita and we were having this long conversation last night, and then it actually poured over into the morning. It's snowing, you guys. It's so beautiful. And my mom's sitting over there. She's not joining us online. She's actually here visiting. So, but I was led to post this picture of my grandmother and how she showed up after she passed away. And one of the things I'm being told to tell you right now is releasing that fear. Send her that healing energy, send her that love and that light, and just be in flow with what is. Make peace with her. You can literally communicate with her higher self. You don't have to be in her presence. And oftentimes, when there is a situation, like you were saying, just the family she likes, when it's that sort of situation, communicating with her higher self is probably more effective than communicating with her face to face. So do that and just send love and light to the situation and allow yourself to be in flow with whatever is. And understand that I'm just hearing your aunt's higher self is already in that energy of love and light. So just talk to her higher self. You might get a little bit further that way than actually attempting to fight the family to be there in the physical. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to check in with Spirit to see what deck to pull from first. Okay. So I'm being told to use the Heart deck, Psychic Tarot for the Heart. This one. Nice that I have to go back and look. Yeah, it was just, it's an old post. I mean, the first time I posted it was in 2014. And I posted it again in REM. And then today I tagged, okay. I tagged Quita. Oh, wow. I tagged Quita so she could see it, and then Spirit said to share it again. So I did. Yeah. Oh my goodness, the snow is so beautiful. Yeah, I was gonna share it with you, show it to you too, Mom. My mom's not on Facebook, and so she doesn't see those posts, but she is on Instagram. So let's see which deck next. Okay. Okay. So Spirit is having me pull quite a few cards today from quite a few decks. Alrighty then. Okay, so before I get started, Spirit is saying do the announcements. So I'm going to do the announcements. I'm going to start doing them in the beginning as opposed to the end because I know some of you aren't able to stay the whole time, especially if you're watching at work. So right now I am currently conducting the interviews for the 2020 Activating You Retreat. So if you've been thinking about coming or you're planning on coming, please make sure you take a look at the event or also take a look in the description box, the event on Facebook, and set it up for your interview. And the reason I'm doing an interview process is so that I can connect with Spirit to make sure that those that are joining are those that are meant to be there, so that the energy is just one that is of love and light, and that we're able to get the most releasing done and the most done by way of learning all of these new and amazing manifestation techniques. So make sure you schedule that and know that your investment towards the interview will go to your overall retreat payoff. So if it's something you're thinking about, do it. Don't wait because it's very intimate. It's only going to be right now 10, possibly 11 people. So those slots are going to fill fast. Okay. Was there anything else? Okay, Spirit just said, nope, that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, wow. And am I meant to take both of these or just one? Okay. Okay. So the first card we got is sadness and isolation. Sadness and isolation. Okay, so what Spirit is saying is right now, for a lot of us, we are in a period of release. We're in a period of release. So while we're doing that releasing, sometimes that sadness will come to the forefront because there's things that are buried that we aren't even aware that are there, or there's things that are buried that we thought we had already dealt with and released. But sometimes what we're doing is we're like chopping it off at the head, but we're not taking it out at the root. And so Spirit is saying, while this is happening, you're going to feel like isolating, but don't. Yes, isolate yourself to the degree of allowing your battery to recharge. Isolate yourself to the degree of not being around those that drain your energy or those that are vibrating at a lower frequency, those that feel like a weight in your life that brings you down. But Spirit is saying not to isolate from those that are positive reinforcement, those that lift you up, those that I'm hearing help you to soar, those that help you to create more peace. So in other words, your soul family, do not isolate from them. Allow yourself to be supported. Allow yourself to be held. Speak about what you're feeling and what you're going through. And also, oftentimes when we're on our journey, it doesn't matter if we're in the beginning stages of our awakening or if we've been on this journey for a while. Sometimes we even tend to isolate from our divine spirit team. So oftentimes what I've experienced is there will be people that will be on their journey and they will be connecting and meditating and praying and doing all the things that keep them spiritually strong. But then when they have a hiccup or a bump in the road, they tend to stop because it's habit to not be connected. It's habit to not be supported, not just in the physical realm, but also the spiritual realm. So what Spirit is telling you is to remember that is one of the most important times to stay connected is when you are in that release, when you are in that sadness, and when you are feeling a little off balance, you're surrounded by support. And when you're setting your intentions, set the intentions that you will feel the support, you will feel the love, that it won't be a mystery as to are they there, are they not? And also set the intention to have people in physical form enter your life that are vibrating high, at least at your frequency or above, so that you're now surrounded fully by love, light, and support, both in the 3D and beyond, okay? So we also got darkest fears. Now, this is how we're so interconnected because I did a reading yesterday and both this first and second card came up in that reading. But as we're looking at the darkest fears card, look what card is next. Confront. Wow, spirit is amazing, right? And look, they are not right after each other, number wise. But literally, what we're being told to do is to confront our darkest fears. If we don't confront them, how are we going to release them? How are we going to heal them? We're like cats. We're like cats. You know how a cat will poop and then they cover it up, or they pee and they cover it up? That's what we do as humans. We experience the poopy side of life, and instead of scooping it up and getting rid of it, we tend to use those back legs to cover it up. And by doing that, it's still there. So spirit is saying it's time for you to confront those fears, figuring out, why am I afraid? Why am I feeling what I'm feeling? What is fueling these feelings? And then release it. It's time for you to get strong in who you are. We've been in this transition period, and we've been in this learning phase, this learning period. And now we're at a point where spirit is saying, okay, you're done with this. You are done with this phase. And now it's time for the next. But until you confront those fears, release that pain, rid yourself of the effects of that trauma, you're going to be stuck. Now, when you do those things, the next card we got is pleasure. And it says, do something just for fun. Pleasure is one of life's essential nutrients. So, how many of us are guilty of adulting all the time? I would raise my hand just to be on your team, but I'm not team adulting all the time. I am so team inner child. It is not even funny. But I'll raise my hand a tiny bit because there are periods when I do the adulting thing, but then I let my inner child out, and that helps to keep me sane. So spirit is saying, don't be so focused on adulting or life as it is that you forget to dream. This whole dream thing has been coming up a lot. I don't know why I wasn't led to get the dream cup today. I was led to get the believe cup today. So let's see why that is as it relates to this. Okay, I'm just hearing it's time for them to believe in their dreams again. It's time for you to believe in your ability to create anything. Oftentimes when I deliver these messages, it's like, I know you know this, but there is a huge difference in logically knowing something and internally believing something, internally knowing it, internally believing it, right? There's something totally different. And so, yes, you've heard this before. Yes, you've said this before. You've read this before. But are you truly in the energy of believing and knowing that you are capable of making every last one of your dreams come true? You have the power to bend reality. And it doesn't matter about the outside circumstances. Whatever's going on the outside, even people. I have a cousin who she has been implementing some of the things that we talk about over here in this group and in REM. And it's like people on the outside are just kind of like, I don't even know what's going on, but I'm doing this. And it's like, yeah, because when you're controlling your reality, anyone that is attached or connected, as long as it's not manipulative or causing them harm, their reality kind of bends with yours. When you set the intention that what you're creating is serving your highest good and the highest good of those you serve, it's like that mustard seed of faith that allows you to move mountains. That's a metaphor, moving mountains, but literally to bend and shift your reality, it's like moving mountains. So allow yourself to enjoy life. Treat yourself. It can be small, it can be big, but just don't forget to treat yourself. And even when things are tight, don't hold on so tight. Money, financially, I mean. Take $20 and treat yourself. Because when you release that, guess what happens? It comes back to you. The other day, I bought a ticket. I'm going to be traveling the 26th. That week, we will not have an Empower Hour because I'll be flying. But I bought a ticket, and I kid you not, the price of my ticket had an inbox or an email, I pretty much made it back. And that's what happens when we release. When we release and we don't hold on too tight, we're not stuck or stagnant in fear, Spirit will bless us. But we first got to set the intention for that to be the case. Whatever I put out, I receive back tenfold or more, whatever you choose. Whatever I put out, I receive back. That's not just money. That's love. That's peace. That's light. That's community. That's service, right? So treat yourself. Let's see what you all are saying. Naya said, oh, wait, I already read that. Hey, Mika, Shamika, how are you? Naya said, got to share. Natalie said, oh my gosh, yes, I want to do that. How can I find the prices? So literally, I go over everything in the interviews and explain everything and the pricing with you. So if it's something you're considering, schedule that interview. Let's see. Naya said, should you detach to take a better look at the big issue? Well, I wouldn't say you should do anything because remember, should falls under lack, but it may serve your highest good. So yes, sometimes it does serve our highest good to detach so that we are able to not have outside influences and we are able to connect with spirit and connect with our higher self to really understand and figure out what's going on. So self-reflection, it is key. It is one of the most important components of healing and maintenance of our healing, maintaining the healing. But sometimes we have a tendency, and this one I will raise both my hands. Sometimes we have a tendency as light workers to be very antisocial. We isolate, and then we do all this extroverted work, right? And so for me, not only am I a light worker, I'm also a Pisces. And sometimes we don't like to be swimming in a school of fish. Sometimes we like to just be under a rock somewhere, sitting around acting like we can't swim at all, you know? And so Spirit has been teaching me that you cannot do that. Yes, recharge your battery, but you can't just completely isolate. So Naya, just make sure that you're not just isolating just because it's comfortable and it feels safe, you know? But when it's self-reflection time, yes, definitely isolation is called for, you know, reflecting. Oh, you know what? I just realized something else. I didn't know that when your cursor goes over the emojis, it like tells you what it is. I'm just learning a bunch of stuff. For those of you that joined us last week, you know this new discovery that a lot of us didn't know, and I just thought I was slow. But whenever you are seeing like the pick a card readings on YouTube and there's timestamps in the comments, if you click on that, it takes you exactly to that space in the video. Until I did it by accident, I was like fast forwarding to that space. And I thought everybody knows this except me, but hardly no one in our community knew that. So let's see what the T says today. It says, what's stopping you? That's right. Nothing but you. Nothing but you. So here we are with the friendship card. And instantly it ties into Spirit saying, allowing others to support you. You know, sometimes we tend to just be givers, giving, and we don't easily receive. We just don't. You know, oftentimes when people attempt to help us, it's so difficult to just say thank you, right? Now, this is, again, I can raise my hand. When I had that second cervical spine surgery and we had spiritual happy hour, you know, Spirit set it up before I even knew I was having surgery early to where Nikki was going to really take the lead. And what we had discussed was we would do spirit-led painting. So we were painting rocks and we connected with Spirit to find out like compassion, like what could that person we're painting the rock for? What could they use in their life? What serves their highest good, right? So literally, I couldn't even squeeze the paint out of the bottle, right? I had to ask for help to do that. And it was like the most difficult thing in the world. But Spirit has been saying, not only is patience a part of this year plus lesson, but being able to receive as much as I give is also important, right? So I'm being told to tell you to do the same, because although we think we're in service, when we're the only ones that are giving, we're actually being selfish, Because when you give, you receive blessings in many forms. So if we're the one that's always giving and others aren't able to give to us, then we're actually blocking their blessings. So sometimes look at that. It's just like she's been giving, giving, giving. She is pooped and she's curled up with her friend. And her friend was like, oh, my dear, sweet friend, I just love you. Just rest. I got you. You know, I'm standing guard and her friend is actually her angel. So we have angels in spirit realm that are here to serve us, but we also have earth angels. And we just got to get comfortable receiving, right? So it says, call a friend. When you're mirrored with love, you see yourself clearly. When you're mirrored with love, you see yourself clearly. So what I'm being told is it's time for you to see the outside world as your reflection. And again, oftentimes when messages come through, it's like, you know this, but you know it in theory, but do you really know this? Are you really doing this, right? And as it's coming through right now, it's coming through more or less as Spirit is saying to have more love and compassion for others. You know, okay, there's this meme that says something like, I can't serve others and call them idiots at the same time, right? My mom's over there laughing. So listen, now I don't ever say this about any of you. This is like people on the road, you know, the ones that are mean and they intentionally, like they're going 2 miles per hour and they see your blinker and then they go 100 just so you can't get over. So what I've started to say is people are weird. I'm so grateful I'm an alien. People are weird. Like that's my thing. I'm like, people are just weird, right? And so literally what Spirit is saying is when we are looking at others and we're thinking about our own journey, you know, the person I am today is much different than the person I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? The essence of who I am has always been present, but I was living in my pain. I was living in my trauma. So the way I showed up to the world was much different. I'm sure there were things that I said that were offensive to some people. I'm sure I've hurt people, whether it's intentional or not, it doesn't soften the blow to them, right? And so when we can remember where we've been, and when we can look at others as a reflection of self, and we can show up with that love, that compassion, and that understanding, not only does it make our life more peaceful, but it also allows us to be vessels that can help them to transition from that place of to that place of love and light, right? So it's like, in one instance, we meet people where they are, but just because we're meeting them where they are doesn't mean that we have to engage in the same energy. We can meet them where they are in love, light, and compassion, but we don't have to get caught up in that energy. So is it okay for me to share without super details about the showing up in compassion? Sure. Oh, okay, thanks. So my mom, you know, she was talking to me about a situation where she's like, why don't they get it? Like, I'm just attempting to help. But when she said what she said to this particular person, and then she said what she thought, like, it's just stupid. I don't get it, right? What she said to them, and when she said it was stupid, she used the exact same tone. It was the exact same energy. Her cadences were the exact same. And I was like, Mom, that's what it is. Like, just because you're not saying this is stupid, like you're behaving ridiculously, your energy is saying that. So they feel it. So now they have this wall up. There's a wall up of defense. And so they don't hear anything you're saying. And then because they have a defensive wall up, now you're in that energy of being upset because you just can't understand, why is it not getting through? I love them. I'm helping them, right? And so this is something that Spirit had to point out with me and my son. And my son is also another person that my mom is experiencing the same thing. So when we're able to look at a person and go deeper, what Spirit has been telling me about my 15-year-old is my 15-year-old is existing in his trauma, right? His dad and we got divorced in 2011, and his dad just isn't there for him, you know? And so my son now, He told me when we first got divorced that he didn't feel like his dad loved him. And so now what he has done is he has developed this belief that people just don't love him, including me and my mom. So whenever we're attempting to help him or teach him, there's this wall that instantly goes up. Now, before, I just felt like a mom with a really disrespectful child, right? I just felt like, I can't wait until he's grown and gone into his own house. It can be next door, but just in his own, right? And then Spirit explained to me what was going on. So now when I deal with my son, I'm dealing with him from a place of understanding that he's in pain, right? It doesn't mean that it's okay for him to be disrespectful, but the way I show up is a lot different. So now it's like, water that trickles in. It may not all come pouring in at once, but those seeds of love, they're trickling in, and his spirit is now receiving them because that wall is now down. Now, he may behave the same because it's habit at this point, right? But that wall is down. So it's important that we can show up in that way when we're dealing with any and everyone, seeing them as a mirror and remembering where we were when we were caught in our trauma. Before we began awakening, what were we thinking? What were we feeling? Oftentimes we'll realize we weren't thinking or feeling. We were just on autopilot. So let's see what you all are saying. Hey, Nikki, I was just talking about you. My mom turned the heater up and now it's hot as Hades. Mama, get your blanket. It's like, whew. If I start sweating, guys, or melting, if I start melting, call 911 or send your spirit guides over. So let's see. Natalie said, OMGG, I called myself an alien too. You know what's so funny? When I was little, my uncle, thank you, Mom. My uncle used to call me alien. And I'm like, did he know? Was he on to something, because all my life I felt a little alien. And speaking of Quita, when we were talking and she's mentioned about being an alien, I was like, yeah, I am too. She said, I know. I knew that from the moment I met you, My uncle used to also call me rat, but I'm not a rat. I'll take the alien, but the rat, I don't even know where he got that from. But it's stuck. My grandfather used to call me that too. So our next card is Irene. Peace. And what it says is there's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. Everything is working out beautifully. So, we've had this message before. Where you are is exactly where you're called to be. It's exactly where you're called to be. So, goodness, we're in this thing of if I had, or if I did, or if I could, or if I would. And Spirit said, why are you wasting time on that? Just accept that this is where your soul signed up for you to be. And if you're wasting so much time thinking about what could be or what could have been, then you're missing what is in this moment. And there's so many gifts and blessings and lessons and opportunities that are right here in this moment. So many that are right here in this moment. So Spirit is saying to allow yourself to be at peace. Here's one of the things that I do. Like I believe I shared this last week, where I can feel when things like fear or doubt are creeping in, right? And so before I allow it to creep in, this is a part of when I isolate. I'll go lay down. I'll go and get deep in meditation. I'll go and have these deep conversations with my guides. And sometimes I don't lay down. Sometimes I'll be doing it right here on the couch. I focus on what I'm choosing for my life. I align my energy and match the vibrational frequency of what I'm choosing to attract. Like literally, you can feel it when you set that intention and when you're in the moment of finding what you're choosing to create out there in these parallel universes, and you're matching the frequency, you're matching the vibration, and you're pulling it in. You're pulling it in. When you're doing that, and when you're in gratitude as you're doing it, you're showing gratitude. You don't have time for fear. What? Fear, doubt, worry, stress. Those things cannot exist when you're in your power. So what I'm doing is I'm choosing to be in my magic. I'm choosing to be the master manifester that I am. And if I'm in my power and I'm actively creating, see, there's multiple forms of action that we take. We take physical action where we're actually in motion, taking the steps that spirit is guiding us to take that's going to get us to where we're choosing to go. And there's energetic action. You can't take physical action and then not take energetic action and expect for things to manifest. You can't just take energetic action and then not take physical action and expect for things to manifest. You've got to put it all together in order for it to happen. So when you start feeling it coming in, before it can even take form and get rooted in your soul, I feel like Country Wayne, sizzling in your spirit, you go right ahead and start connecting to your power, connecting to your magic, aligning your vibrational frequency with the vibrational frequency of what it is that you're choosing to attract, and then match it. Just match it. It's like a magnet. It's like a magnet. Become a magnet for what you're choosing. Let's see what you all are saying. Shamika said, wow, I'm choosing to take this approach with my husband. I've just been feeling as though we are vibrating on the same level anymore. I'm in a lesson phase and it's causing a lot of pain. Well, the fact that you are acknowledging it is like step number one. And, also in meditation, before you meditate, just ask to be, and see, I'm saying this as if I am assuming that you are meditating, but, call on your guides and just ask them to show you the way to create peace, show you the way to be more understanding, more compassionate, and more understanding of your husband. Also ask for, and whenever I say ask for, my form of asking is showing gratitude for it as if it already is. So for instance, if I were to say, Highest Light Guides and my whole team that I name, I'm not going to do it now, but if I call on them and I'm asking for assistance, I would say, I am so grateful that you have shown me ways to better communicate with my spouse or ways to better understand my spouse. That's how I would ask for it. And then I would end it with, and so it is, because we're in that energy of claiming it as our reality, always staying in that empowered position of manifesting, never being in that position of victim or less than, or, waiting for something outside of self to make it happen. As if you say okay to it, that's when it happens. No, you're that energy that says okay to it to make it happen. Your guides are there to assist you. So when you're asking for help, ask for it as if it already is, in gratitude. Okay. Let's see what okay. So what I'm hearing, Shamika, is in regards to the vibrating at the same frequency, it's like you're shifting, and I'm hearing, but he is not yet. So in order for you to have an impact on his shift, it's really important that you don't push or pry or force, that you allow things to be in flow. And by showing up in that place of compassion, understanding, and focusing on the things that you're grateful for about your husband, it will allow him to now pay attention, and your life will be the example that plants seeds for him to begin shifting. Okay. Thank you. So let's see what Nikki is saying. Nikki said, I have you streamcast on my TV. My daughter is attentively listening to you. It's pretty amazing. She said, Mommy, look, a princess. Oh, you know what? Okay, let me just say, your daughter is so amazingly beautiful. The other day, my mom and I were talking about it because we saw your picture on Instagram. So hi, Aurora. How are you? Thank you for watching. Oh, and my mom has a gift for you, Aurora. So next time we see you, Nikki, you'll have to get that gift for your baby. I won't say what it is since she's watching. So I'm going to pull another card. Okay. I'm being told to pull from the energy deck. And actually, you know what? Spirit is saying to clear what's already here. Let's just get this energy all clear and receive whatever is coming in now. Ooh, all of them? Okay, look at this. See, and I felt like we were about to get new energy coming in. So we got all three, but the first one we got is Blossoming Abundance. Who doesn't love this card? I get excited every time I see it, even when it's in reverse, which hardly ever happens, but I get excited every time I see it. So we got Blossom Abundance, third chakra. We got Envy, and this one came in upside down. So okay. So what I'm receiving is the overall message for these three cards is when you're in your power, okay, it really wasn't that different because we already talked about this, but when you're in your power, right, you have the ability to create abundance in your life. Golden opportunities. No wonder I was led to wear the yellow dress today. Golden opportunities when you're in your power. You stay in your power by being in gratitude. You stay in your power by being in love. You stay in your power by being in light. And how do you stay in those places? You stay in those places by releasing trauma. Do you realize that trauma is like this huge, heavy cancer? It's this huge, heavy cancer that just spreads throughout your entire being, right? And it's so heavy. It's so heavy. It's so dark. It's so disempowering that that's how you show up for yourself and for the world. You can put on a mask that has a plastered on smile and you can, hi, I'm great. I love you. I love me. But just like if you walked out of the house in a plastic Halloween mask, nobody's going to think that's your face. Everybody knows it's a mask, except maybe you think you're fooling everybody, right? But when you're in your power, you show up in those ways for real. People feel your vibration. People feel your energy, right? And when you are in your power, that love, that light, you're able to attract so many beautiful things. So before, I've told you all before, my trauma was abandonment, right? It was abandonment, and I manifested abandonment throughout my entire life in relationships and friendships and work situations. Every part of my life, my parents at some point, every part of my life, abandonment, right? It stemmed from a past life, and I carried that vibrational frequency into this one. When I released that, trauma that I've been holding on to, now I'm manifesting love. Like, here's my abundance. Yes, financial abundance is manifesting. That's not the biggest part, right? Because what is it to have a bunch of money, but you don't have love and friendships and genuine relationships? So when I went through my release and my healing, one of the things that I chose to manifest was that I would be surrounded by people that loved me as much as I loved them. People that were as genuine and sincere to me as I was to them. Because all my life, I have been that to others. And I was attracting what I believed unconsciously, which was that I would be abandoned. And now my abundance has manifested in the form of I am surrounded by so many beautiful light workers that love me as much as I love them, as much as I love you, right? And so it took me releasing and being in my power to get there. And once you're in your power, you can manifest anything. So I'm going to ask each of you, hi, Chris. How are you? For those of you that don't know, Chris is Jillian's husband, and they're both so amazing. And Jillian is actually away taking a class. She is taking a class to remember her life as a shaman. And I say remember because she already is. It's just she's kind of forgot it in this lifetime, and now she's going to remember. So I can't wait to just see how much she blooms and blossoms afterwards. Thank you so much for being here, Chris. Chris says Jill sends her love from California. She's doing some wonderful work there. Yes, I am so excited for her. And thank you for being here with us, Chris. Tell Jillian we're sending her our love too. And let me just show you my gift that Jillian got me from the Activating You Retreat 2018, it stays right here with me. It says, women armed with ancestral wisdom are unstoppable. So I keep it right here. It's special. It stays right here on my sacred space. So yes, tell Jillian we send our love. Now we did get the envy card. We got the envy card and it came in upside down. So what Spirit is telling you is this is irrelevant. Oftentimes we feel the stares, the daggers, the energy that people send that's just not of highest light and love. Well, when we're protecting, right? We're doing that auric field strengthening where we stand like we're Wonder Woman or Superman, the power pose, and we do a standstill jumping jack where our arms go up, clap, and clap at our thighs. And then we see ourselves encased in that reflective shield, that bubble of light that has a thin mirror on it. And what I say is whatever comes to me that is not of highest light and love may return to sender or wherever it's meant to go for cleansing. I say that 3 times. I end it with, and so it is, right? So that means that this right here, it's irrelevant. If there are people that are envious, it doesn't affect me. I'm protected. And Spirit is saying it's in reverse because it's not affecting you either. Protect yourself. Be so much in that energy of love and light that this, you don't even notice. This isn't really envy. What it is we're mirrors, we're reflections. And when we show up bright and shiny and reflecting all that love and light, what we do is we either show people what's within them, and they either get inspired and they say, you know what, if she can be like that and overcome her trauma and do all these great things, guess what? I can too. I'm motivated. I'm inspired. I'm grateful. Or they see the reflection of self, but they aren't willing to do the work. And so they like the outcome, but they aren't willing to do the work to get there. So as a result, they start throwing daggers at you. Sometimes they're energetic, sometimes they're words, and sometimes they're real. But Spirit is saying, release that. Don't worry about those that aren't here to support you. Be so in your power and so in that abundant state that the only thing that's on your radar is love and light. And those people that are showing up other than, send them love and light and release them. Release them. It's not serving a purpose. And the card on the bottom of the deck is the world. And I'm hearing, whose world is this? The world is yours. The world is yours. You got to show up in this life feeling, believing, and knowing that the world is yours. It's yours. The world is yours. There is nothing in this world that is out of your reach. There is nothing in this world that you cannot create, that you don't have access to. You have access to anything your mind can think, anything you can see here, anything you can desire here, you can create. You can create. The world belongs to you. It belongs to you. Think about being inside your home. There's nothing within my home that I don't have access to, right? The world is our first home. You have access to it all. So it's about getting clear, being very clear and intentional on what you're choosing, and then get to it. Get to it. Release the trauma that keeps you from the world. Okay. That's all I've got to say about that. That was a horrible Forrest Gump impersonation, but I think you guys knew, at least I hope you knew that's who I was pretending to be. Let's see what you all are saying. Nikki said, I am truly surrounded by light workers that love me just as much as I love them. I am so grateful. And so it is. Natalie said, yes, I felt that when I clapped best part of module 1. That clap was powerful. Aha. I'm so, so grateful. And let me tell you, I say module 1 in the Grow Your Soul's Purpose into Your Soul Income course is the absolute most important because, I recommend at least 21 days just focusing on module 1. Even if you complete the module, doing the things that are in the module for at least 21 days before you move on to module 2. After that, when you start to shift that vibrational frequency, you get in the habit of having solid rituals, solid ways of connecting to the divine and to your divine spirit team of highest light and love, then you're now being able to run your business with spirit as your business partner. I had someone who took the course and was expecting like the cookie cutter like only business talk. And although I'd say it's about teaching you how to be in business with spirit so that everything you do is spirit led, which is a guaranteed formula for success. Everything I do is spirit led. Everything I do. When I make the announcements, that's spirit led. When I create an offering, it's spirit led. What I say in my posts, it's spirit led. Those of you that have been with me for a while, you know, I actually am really uncomfortable presenting offers to you. Like I just am, and I still don't know why. And Spirit said, that's what you're here for. You're here for. When you create what I tell you to create, it's to serve. So get out of your own ego and get out of your own hangups and do what you came here to do. So what I've made as my rule of thumb is whatever Spirit tells me to do, I do it. When Spirit tells me to do it, that's when I do it. How Spirit tells me to do it, that's how I do it, right? So Spirit is my business partner. Spirit guides me. Spirit teaches me. And so when you're taking this course, module 1 is the most important. The rest, it's valuable. But when we're talking about most important, having Spirit as your business partner is priceless. So I'm grateful that you're enjoying it. But yes, take at least 21 days to do the things that are in module 1 before you move on to module 2. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for joining us. Natalie said, I love that. Yes, even saging every day for 21 days. Yes. Now, listen, the saging is something that is meant to be every day. So look, here's mine right here. Every day, I start, like it says in the module, I start with my feet. I do every chakra. Every day, because what I'm doing is I'm cleansing myself and I'm preparing myself to serve. And I do that before I protect. That's something I do every single day. But the reason why I'm suggesting you do it for 21 days is because that's the length of time it takes for your unconscious mind to rewire itself. So it's also the amount of time it takes to break a habit and create a new one. So this is something that's daily for life. But doing it for 21 days before you move on to the next module will allow you to really strengthen that connection that you have with Spirit, and it'll allow you to stick with it as you move into the next phase. So, yeah. So let's see. I know that usually we don't hop over on Facebook because we do you're so welcome. We do our live combos on YouTube, but Spirit is saying to take a peek over there. So let's see what's going on Facebook. Hi, Phoenix. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Javi. Huh? Why are we talking about you like this? How are we talking about you? It's all good, I know. So let's see. Let me go up to see who. Hi, Janice. My godmother's on. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Latoya. Hi, Debbie. Thank you so much for joining. My godmother said, good morning, my beautiful sweetheart daughter. How are you? This is the second time in a row that I've been able to catch you live. I know today is the day that it's meant for me to connect with you. I love and miss you, sweetheart. I love you too so, so very much. Maybe that's why Spirit had me come on over here. I'm going to share the link to YouTube with you as a reply to your comment so that if you are ever led to join again, you can join us over there so that we're able to be in the live convo together. So thank you for joining. Let me see. And hi, Adina, welcome. Hi, Phoenix, welcome. Phoenix said, oh, wow, that's me. Been feeling it in my body and mind. Peace, sister. Peace to you also. Let's see. Hi, Donna's on. My mentor, Donna's on. Yay. Hi, Donna. How are you? So let's see. I'm going to go over here and see what's going on. Let's see. Alrighty then. Back over here on YouTube. Yes, ma'am. I will definitely do that. Brakita asked, can I post the link for the Grow Your Soul's Purpose course? Yes. Thank you so much, Natalie. Thank you for joining. Have a beautiful day. You're not missing anything. Our timer's about to go off. So you're right on time. So yes, I will. And actually, everything is on my website too. So I don't know how many of you have taken a look at the site, but everything that I offer is there. So if you haven't, take a look. You can look it up by NahkilaIsha.com or aslifesculpting.com, which stands for Ashworth Scott. Either way, it'll show up, but I will definitely share that link for you, Bree. And with the Grow Your Soul's Purpose course, we have a group. Now, in that group, I'm more responsive. So, for instance, it's a support group. So, as you're creating your chosen path in your business, if you're taking the course and you're in the modules and you have questions, with the beta phase, we were doing group sessions as well. And we are still in that beta. So there's still some group sessions left. So everyone who joins now are able to participate in the group sessions. It's not, the group sessions aren't something that are going to be continued, but the support in the group, it's for life. When you take the course, it's for life. So even after you're done with the course, if you have questions about your business, you're able to ask them within that group setting. So yeah, you're so welcome. So as we head out, okay, Spirit is telling me to pull 2 more cards. One from the self-care. Do I take them both? Okay. From the self-care, and then, but we got 2. And then one from the Goddess deck. Oh, that was way too many. Okay. And I'm being told to tell you the Goddess deck one first. So Siege, quiet time. Quiet time. And what it says is take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Rest, meditate, and contemplate. And so this came up. It came up. It's time to do some self-reflecting, but not isolating. So take your time, take your moments. And what I'm being told to tell you is to build your strength and your protection. Also, your healing. See, I'm a healer, but I'm a healer because I heal myself. I'm not a healer because I heal you. I'm a healer because I heal self. You're a healer because you heal self. What I do is I teach you methods on ways to release and heal. And that's what you do for those that you serve. But I don't heal you. I could never take the credit for that. Only person I heal is me. And so Spirit is saying that as you are taking this quiet time, build your strength, build your power, and build your protection. Your protection, I'm hearing capacity and potential. So call on Archangel Raphael and just ask with that affirmative gratitude, thanking as if it is already, for helping you to heal, for showing you the way that will assist you in deeply healing beyond what you've done. But I'm hearing you can do anything through Christ who strengthens me. I'm hearing that Bible quote. And it's true. You can do anything. When the divine is in the mix, you can do anything. And that includes healing. You know what? I had done that video where I talked about how Quita had done distance healing on me. And the one thing that I say whenever I'm in pain, what I say to myself is, when all of this is over, I will be in my self-healing mode. I am healed. I am healed. I am healed. And here's something I was sharing with my mom the other day. Speaking of my mentor, Donna, her and Ron, who's also my mentor, and her husband were saying, whenever Ron's in pain, he laughs, right? So I started doing that. Like the other day, my mom and I were out and about, and I'm just laughing. And what ends up happening is you feel kind of silly laughing at nothing, and then you start laughing for real. And now you're so focused on feeling good with laughing that you're not focused on your pain. So Spirit told me to share that with you. So if you're in pain, whether it's physical pain, whether it's emotional pain, laugh. Just laugh. Like if you were to start laughing right now, what are you going to do? You're going to start laughing for real after a while. So do that. Laugh. Is there anything else? I'm being told to tell you to see yourself as a rainbow. Okay. So what Spirit is saying is, there's many colors in the rainbow, and each color is equally as important as the other to make the rainbow vibrant and beautiful. And so your journey, the different phases of your life, the different things that you experience, they each are a color, is what Spirit is saying. They represent a color. And so one experience is not more important or less valuable than the other. Everything together makes this beautiful rainbow, and you are the rainbow. So when you're thinking in terms of things that you've been through, things that you've done or haven't done, just look at it as another color on that rainbow, which is you, and think about how beautiful rainbows are. You know, when we think in terms of rainbows, the reason why we get so excited and happy is because it gives each chakra a boost. You know, each chakra color representation is in that rainbow, and so we get a boost, right? And so when you're able to accept every aspect of your life as another color in your beautiful rainbow, then you show up as that rainbow that gives everyone that sees you or encounters you that boost. Okay, so let's see. I know what time is it? We are 2 minutes past time. So let's go ahead and get to it. Rejuvenation. It says, get a good night's sleep, rejuvenate your body, mind, and spirit. And this is something that I shared with you all that I struggled with in the past. I had insomnia for years, and 11:30 is my bedtime now. There are days like my mom's been here. I think we stayed up until 12 on my birthday. I was like, it's my birthday, I'm staying up. I ended up going to bed at 12:30. My mom's over there laughing. But, you know, get a good night's sleep, because it's important for us to rejuvenate our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. And if our bodies are tired, if we're tired, then we can't vibrate at the highest frequency possible. Between the hours of 10 and 2 is when your body is doing the most rejuvenation. It's between those hours. So if you aren't sleeping at those times, your body's not fully rejuvenating. So Spirit is saying, for those of you that may have insomnia, or those of you that may get in bed past those times, start thinking about shifting that. And what you can do is, unconscious mind, while I'm sleeping, dreaming, and thinking, allow me to sleep in those periods that I'm rejuvenating internally, spiritually, and physically. And I'm being told to tell you all why I refer to the shadow side of our mind as the unconscious mind, as opposed to the subconscious mind. It is the same. I'm referring to the same as when you hear the word subconscious. But when we think in terms of subconscious, we think in terms of it being less than our conscious mind. And in reality, our unconscious mind is more powerful than our conscious mind. That's why when we say, I'm going to lose weight. Now, let me tell you, when you lose it, you find it. So if you release it, you have a better chance of never picking it back up. Because our unconscious mind, when we hear the word lose, we register loss as something negative, right? So that's why when we lose weight, 9 times out of 10, we gain it back. I've been losing weight for years. It wasn't until I released the trauma healed that I was able to release the weight and keep it off. I put on a little bit more, but I believe this is where I'm meant to be right now. I'm thick. But anyways, that's why I refer to it as the unconscious as opposed to the subconscious, because it's not less than. It's not less than. So words are so powerful, and words actually have such a huge impact on our reality. So, it's time that we dissect the human language and how we've been taught to speak, and really start unfolding and unpacking and really understanding what our words are creating without us consciously being aware. You got release. Look at that. Have a good cry. Grief is a doorway to your deepest self. So literally, it's time to release. It's time. Like, you are here now, and it's time for you to elevate to the next phase, but you won't get there until you do this. It's time. It's time. Whatever that looks like for you. Whomever is placing your path to help you. For some, it's me. For some, it's the lady up the street. I don't know, but it doesn't matter who it is. It's just time. Do it. Do it. Take action physically and energetically, okay? So I'm going to see what you all are saying, and then I am going to end our session. Oh, I'm so grateful. You're so welcome. So, so grateful. And let's see over here. Oh, it looks like everybody in our group has joined us on YouTube. Go us. Go us. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Go us. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day.